What's going on? Excuse me. Mm. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, everybody's doing all right. Hopefully, you're starting your day off right. Hopefully, you drank some water, hydrated yourself, and all of that. I'm gonna get on her. I'm just gonna talk about some importance of what the spirit gives you. And this is a mind that just came to me right on the top of the head as we started the video. I just try to give a little word of advice, word of wisdom, knowledge that I've seeking, things that I've noticed, and the importance of this message is going to be about the importance of messages, right? Importance of messages. It could be, through different things, right? Spirit's going to send you messages. The higher power is going to send you messages through different things. Let's say you and your friend talking, right? Y'all having a conversation, and you mention something, right? Let's just say you mentioned something about going to a store, something about going to certain places, maybe dating a specific person, and a horn beeps when you know what I mean, when the car drive past, the horn beeps as soon as you state whatever statement that you made, right? Or said whatever you said. That is an indication that could be confirmation to go through with that, you know what I mean? Or it could be, the opposite. It could be you saying that maybe, man, I shouldn't do this, and then the horn beeps. That's a message for you. You know what I mean? It's important to make sure you guys are taking these messages very seriously, because a lot of the times we often are so in this matrix world and the city life and everything, we're so focused on what's in front of us, we're not paying attention to the things that's in between the lines. You know what I mean? The signals that happen, the birds that are flying. You know what I mean? It's a lot of different things. So, I encourage you guys to take consideration when it comes down to the signs and the message that you receive on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, a lot of times we're so caught up in what's going on in front of us that we don't see what's in between the lines. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get you guys attention on that real quick. Another thing, it's very important to make sure as while you're getting into the understanding messages and the higher power and the angels and the ancestors, as well as maybe your deceased family members are trying to communicate with you. They're trying to send you messages. Now, it's important to gain messages from the people that's been here before. I talked on a video also about connecting with people that are older than you. You know what I mean? Now, here's the thing. Just because somebody's older than you doesn't necessarily mean that they have and this is going to correlate with the message, with messages, right? Just because somebody's older than you doesn't mean that they have the wisdom that you're seeking for. You need to look at people's lives and what they've accomplished and what is it that you wish to accomplish. Like if you wish to, for an example, be a champion in a dirt bike competition, you want to go and talk to the person that's already did that. You know what I mean? That's older than you, that's experienced it already. You know what I mean? So it's not a matter of just talking to anybody that's older than you, but having conversations revolving around that specific subject. I had an older gentleman tell me yesterday that you don't go to a plumber for relationship advice. You know what I mean? You go to a plumber for plumbing services. So that's very important. And I'm personally experiencing these things, so that's why I made this channel, so I can relate messages that I personally experience on a daily basis. I believe in the statement, each one teach one. I also believe that, if somebody goes through something for 10 years and they could break it down to you within 3 minutes of what happened in them 10 years, you know what I'm saying? It just saves you 10 years of trauma. It saves you probably 10 years of stress. Like if I was to come to you, well, not me, I don't want to put that on me, but let's say somebody was to come to you, like somebody, right? And they was telling you about, excuse me, the effects of doing criminal activity, you know what I mean, and winding yourself up in incarceration, and then you got to go through all of these situations, and you're listening to it. Now you're like, all right, cool. I'm gonna choose my situation wisely. Or somebody went to college, and maybe they're telling you the things that it's probably not always good in college either. You know what I mean? They're probably telling you these things and that. The debt you come up with. Not saying that's all how college goes, but that's what that is the things that they're making sure that you're not glorifying certain things or putting certain things too much to a higher standard where you're not acknowledging your own situation. Like for an example, if you're not really like for college, right? If you're not really focusing on the finances, which you should be, because it's an investment, and if the turnover isn't as good, like for an example, if you wanted to be a certain profession and that profession isn't as commonly needed, like say this is just a random funny little thing. Let's say something like a Q-tip maker, right? You want to be a professional Q-tip maker, and Q-tip makers ain't really probably waging around $8, $9 an hour. You go to college for, somebody's time is still being got to be apprehended or got to be considered. So you're probably paying them like 80,000. You know what I mean? It's just like, is the turnover? Why is it that you go to college for? So typically you go to college to learn more, so you can be in a better position, so you can probably get paid a little bit more. And payment is reward, right? Don't think that you're going there to make money. That's not what the point is when you look at finances. The point of finance is to understand your reward, right? Because you want to have high value for yourself, right? You set your boundary to where you set your bar. Like there's nobody that can set it for you. You decide when you walk into this job. If you decide to accept what they give you, then that's what you value. Now, sometimes you have to do what you got to do, because you have people, maybe you have a kid or something which you love unconditionally, which there is no bar. You're willing to do whatever it takes to feed this individual. So that's great. You know what I mean? And at points you can move up in life. But yeah, also you guys don't be afraid to communicate with your older people. Make sure you guys are listening to these songs, any different details that go around in your life, right? This whole channel is to consider. I want to push you guys to be open-minded, push you guys to be thinkers. You know what I mean? Make sure you're thinking all the time about everything, right? Don't what I'm saying? There is no such thing as overthinking. I don't know who came up with that mindset. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. There is no such thing as overthinking. Right? That to me, that's just trying to limit your process. If anybody tells you overthink too much, because if in a situation where you underthink, they'll be mad at you, but they're mad that you no. Overthinking just, it's kind of like you doing a test and you got the question right, but you still go ahead and, like a math test, and you still go ahead and do the little thing on the side just to confirm it. The overthinking part is just to confirm it. That's just when you think of a subject. Say you thought of a subject for 2 minutes, and then you spent 5 more minutes thinking about it to kind of piece it all together because you can know 2 plus 2 is 4. But to understand why 2 plus 2 is 4, that's where, see, we know when we're taught. You know what I mean? Somebody teaches us, now we know the information. In order to teach somebody else, you have to understand what you're teaching. That's where people mess up at. People will try to teach other people things they do not understand. See, you need to be able, or even overstand, you know what I mean? Have that confidence, like, yo, I definitely know what I'm talking about. Why? Because I can prove it, I can show it to you, I can even, and they always say that, like, when you become a teacher, you need to be able to, tell it, show it, explain it, you know what I mean? Break it down. You got to be able to do all these things. But that's one of the quick things I want to share with you guys. That's the goal of this channel, you know what I mean? I say that a lot, but that's the goal. I'm just trying to push it into you guys. Like, listen, make sure when you get up in the morning, by the way. This is a lot of quick messages. This is what these videos is about. I'm about to do my workout, so I'm like, might as well, if I motivate myself, let me motivate y'all too while I'm in the process of it. Make sure y'all drink water when y'all wake up. Make sure you give yourself that hydration. You know what I mean? Make sure you get yourself ready. Make sure you can handle your day. If you're trying to, make it out, make sure you put together a plan to, guide you where you need to go in life. You know what I mean? Whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, make sure you sit down. You do a yearly plan. You can do a 3-year plan to her, 5-year plan for this, 7-year plan. Sometimes things don't always work out. Sometimes God's rejection is God's protection. Sometimes He rejects situations from coming. Things might happen or whatever, and it's God's rejection is God's protection. You know what I mean? So always think of it that way. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like this video, if you find it educational, informative, confirmational, or even helpful altogether, go ahead and drop a like on this video. Subscribe if you're new, if you want to see more of the more the videos, and hit post notifications, the bell to your right of the subscribe button to let you know exactly when I drop a video. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Make sure you have a great day. You are in control of your destiny, so everything you do leading forward after watching this video is gonna make or break, or even it's gonna determine your future, right? So go ahead, try to make the wisest decisions as possible. Try to go with your gut, go with your spiritual side, and stay grounded. Okay, see you guys soon.